What the hell? Green Wizard's on. That ain't right. Well, we'll see if any of you guys show up. I know it has been a long time. Too long. Been too long. I'll agree. Hey, Miss Tammy. Oh, Pecan Baby, West Star. Hey, good morning. I have not gone live in, oh my God, it seemed like a year. Just been so busy. Got so much life. Life. I went to work for a baking company. Got hurt really bad. I mean, really bad. Found out what the sciatic nerve is all about. Couldn't walk. Yeah, it was bad. But I've been doing some other videos. Wanted to stop in and see what you guys thought. You guys like any of that? Any of that barbecue stuff I've been putting out? I know I'm not getting into the hardcore detail, but it's like if I don't have watchers, what's the point of going into the major detail and getting hardcore into barbecuing? Yes, you were supposed to say hello, Pecan Baby. So how you guys been? How's everybody feeling? Went to once I got my sciatic nerve issue dealt with, I got a job with a semi-organic landscaping company, and I have taken over their fertilization division. It's a one-man show. It's not like I took over something huge. Yeah, and it's really interesting. I don't know if you guys saw the video of me aerating and checking some of the cores and looking all over the different cities to see what's what. It's shocking how correct my book is. We'll just say that. You want a garden and you want to take care of your yard and you want all the advantages, get the book. It's the soil conditions are not what they should be. I'm not saying that what they're doing is wrong, because the soil that this company makes and sells is phenomenal stuff. I bought it myself. Phenomenal stuff. But the yards, yeah, they need to read the book. It's interesting. I'm still in talks with a couple of local companies to carry the book locally, and to make it more readily available. I haven't quite given up. I haven't walked away. It's a dream. I know it's a dream. It is. It's. But I can't give up. I'm too far in debt. I don't know, Westar. I've not seen him. I've not received any emails from him. Facebooks. I understand he's still kicking. But I have not seen him or talked to him. Pecan may know. Pecan Baby may still talk to him and may still run into him. My world changed when I went back to work. It changed drastically. The hours that I put in, and I get paid from the minute I show up to the minute I go home. So at 8, 9, 10 hours, I get paid for every minute of it. There's no downtime. because I work, so they pay me. Don't take lunch. Don't. That's my world. Um, and it's playing in soil and dirt and mud all day long. It's great. It's awesome. Oh no, Pecan, that's not garden soils. I'm not working on people's gardens. I'm working on their actual yard. Just the grass. Um, the garden part. If oh God, could I help? I'm so tired of seeing some of these poor gardens suffering. That's the easiest way to put it. Um, and I've been offered um, some of the uh, tomatoes and peppers and what have you, and they really do lack in flavor. They can't match what I turn out, and I don't tell them. I don't make a major issue of it. Um, I let them know that they could see improvements, and they immediately think that I'm talking about using products from um, the landscaping company, and that's not it at all. And I just shut up. I mean, I'm working for somebody else. I'm wearing somebody else's clothes. Um, I That's just me. I'm not gonna. I'm there to promote that company and that company only and their process. Um, I hear you. I hear you, Pecan. I don't understand. I just kind of turned off, if that's the way to put it. Um, because I was, I had to get back to work. Um, Everything that I put into YouTube and everything that I put into the book and all the time I spent here and um, bills pile up. Eventually you got to pay the bills. Um, so I just stopped. I just um, now there's a few uh, really really good close friends um, that I would consider family that I talk to on a regular basis late at night or early in the morning, depending on who you're asking. Um, and there's like four or five of us that get together. I understand they do it every night. Um, I just can't. The working situation and trying to learn because as all of you know that have read the book, um, the NPK process. Uh, it's some really interesting science, and there's a lot to be said for the process. Now, they want to all sit back and say, um, "Hey, Miss Susan, how you been, sweetie? Thank you for coming, and everybody else, thank you for coming. Southern Ohio prepping, my friend, my buddy. Um, been catching your videos, just haven't caught you when you're live. Um, it's the work thing. Um, but there's this huge learning curve, and the state of Ohio requires that um, because of the concentrated forms that I'm carrying in my truck, um, that I have all the spill training, all of the blah 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 blah. Going back to the NPK process, um, there's some really valid information in there that if we could combine the two and add in the organics and go the other direction, wow, the possibilities. Oh, the possibilities. So the NPK process just deals in 12 12 vitamins, minerals, 12 specific things, whereas we know it's 90. And if you could do all 90, what you could turn out. I am really half tempted to guaranteed. And there are a few I won't say where. I refuse. They're the state of Ohio is still illegal. So to admit acknowledgement, blah blah blah. My system works. Oh God, does my system work? And yes, it turns out. Oh boy, does it turn out. Let me see. I don't want to miss anything. Westar. He yeah. He raised that money in other ways, and those of us, some of us wanted to just stay quiet. Let's. You've got a lot more friends than you think, buddy. A lot more friends than you think. Anyhow, if we could put the two systems together, and I'm still mentally, I mean, on a daily basis, as I'm driving around and as I'm going from house to house taking care of people's yards, I'm mentally trying to work out how some of this could work together. When you allow nature to do her thing and then you add assistance, the NPK process may take it too far, and it may actually hurt the plants. The plants. You know what I mean? Not the garden, the plants. It may take it too far. The reason I say that is because every plant on the planet has certain requirements. And when you exceed those requirements, they actually burn out or they will actually go away. Okay, let's say clover. Okay, when clover pops up, it's because the soil in that region or in that little area is lacking in nitrogen. And the best way to get rid of clover is to apply nitrogen. Well, as the nitrogen comes in and becomes super abundant, the need for clover goes away and clover will stop growing naturally. It will just go away in that area. Or in other words, it goes dormant is one way of putting it. The plants may react exactly the same way if we overdo it. If we were to try and give it too much of one thing versus another, like if we were to give it too much nitrogen, and I don't know that that's a possibility, but if we gave it too much nitrogen, we could potentially go right to that point and then stop, and then the plants start to die off. Okay. Whereas the Green Wizard system, and again, I hate calling it that. It's not my system. It's Mother Nature's way. This is just a guidebook. when you go to the Green Wizard system and follow the guide, you start to have that understanding of what's going on in the soil. And if you take things out of balance, and the Green Wizard's guide's about using the balance naturally. When you go out of balance, you could hurt a lot of the plants. Just like clover, it could have exactly the same result. Now, I've talked to some friends up in Washington that are telling me that it's just the opposite. But when they applied my knowledge to their crops, phenomenal results. Like overnight type changes they've recognized and seen with very, very little input on their behalf, because the soil, which they rely on for growing medium regardless, the soil becomes abundant, the soil becomes alive, and the exchange of the living soil, we'll call it, everything explodes exponentially. It's incredible. And I've seen some pictures of some plants that, wow. Oh my God. Wow. Day and night difference in 30 days. Day and night. Phenomenal changes. I just want, again, it goes back to the same dream. I want to get the book out there, get everybody on the same page, get the property, show you the proof, do the stuff that needs to be done, and let you guys see the results. And of course, have a big barbecue and have everybody over. That's the ultimate, right? Get everybody together and just have a great time and hang out, enjoy each other's company, have some good food. I might cook a brisket this weekend. It'd be my first. I've cooked some stuff that far out prices brisket, but brisket is a very interesting meat if it's overdone, cooked too fast. The long, brisket is its own science in a sense when it comes to barbecue. It's pretty forgiving, but at the same time, that's an expensive mistake. That's a truly expensive mistake. So 8 of you in the house and only 3 or 4 of you talking. I don't understand. Where'd you go, Susan? So yeah, speak up. Let us know you're here. Just say hi. I did change a couple of neat things because I haven't been here. I'm sorry. Well, then again, I'm not missed that much anyways. But yeah. Obviously, nobody's emailing me and nobody's leaving comments asking where the heck I am and why I'm not doing lives and why this and why that. Just yeah, interesting stuff going on. A lot of changes. Oh no, Tammy. And I've answered. Don't tell me that, Southern. You know I'm out there. My schedule. It's I get up between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. Start work. 7:15, 7:30. I start working. And by 8 o'clock at night, I am just dead to the world. I barely get through Jeopardy. I just exhaustion, just pure exhaustion. I push hard all day long. I don't know if you guys know measurements. Think about your house or your apartment. My goal on a daily basis is to take care of approximately 50 to 55,000 square feet of people's property. Your average city dwelling home sits between 8 and 10,000 square feet. Yesterday, I think I did 75,000. So I push pretty hard all day long. I try not to slow down. And of course, one of the machines that I use pays the toll. And I'm constantly, having to stop and repair it or look at this or look at that and do whatever. It's just part of the job. It's the green wizard at hotmail.com. No spaces. It's on, I think it's on all of my videos, maybe not. Or it should be in the about here on the Green Wizards channel. Oh no, Westar, you misunderstand. When I dropped out, I have not done a live stream. This is probably, and somebody can probably date me, or go back and look at my live streams. It's been a year. It seems like maybe a little bit less, but it seems like forever since I turned on live stream. I wasn't even sure I'd be able to do it. I turned it on YouTube. StreamYards, it's been a while since I've even thought about going live on StreamYards, but coming on YouTube and just hitting that button, go live, and see how everybody's doing. Check up on everybody. And of course, that 9 in the house and only 2 or 3, 4 of you talking. So yeah, I get it. Some of you are here to, who knows? But don't be shy. Nobody's going to bite, like Pecan said. We're not here to take anybody's head off. I did see a checkmark thing as I was coming in that only subscribers can be talking. So there may be some people in the room that aren't subscribers and they can't chat. It's something new. I clicked it because I saw it. I don't know that I like it. I don't know that it's a great idea. It's just a YouTube thing that they've changed. I don't know. It may be worth it. It may not be worth it. I don't know. YouTube changes a lot. I don't catch all of their announcements. Some of it matters. Some of it doesn't. Oh yeah, Mr. Grizz. Mr. Grizz, nice to see you, my friend. Hope all is well. Hope family's well. I know you've been over there on the other platform. To this day, I still have not turned that one on. Just too busy. My head just, what a way to put it. And no, it's not because I'm growing the plant. No, I want to get into this particular form of barbecuing. It's called gravity fed. It's a personal choice. And the grill that I'm looking at, I have to drive out of state to buy one. And it's not that it's not available in the state. Nobody carries it. So I have to go out of state to get this thing. And it's going to be like $1,500. It's 500 miles away. So it's gonna take a good morning to drive over, pick the thing up, bring it back here, heat it up, season it, do what I got to do before I can even cook on the thing. So and with my work schedule, finding the time and finding the money is yeah, it's two different worlds. And I never made money here on YouTube. The one channel that I have that could have made money, they didn't appreciate how I got all the subscribers and the views. Yeah, that didn't go over real well. They weren't going to finance that channel and make me a paid channel. Hey, Uncle Al, good morning. Good morning, my friend. How you never got in here, I don't understand. But anyhow, I'll fix that. No, I stumbled across some stuff in July. I had heard about it, but I'd never seen it in the area, and it's called Sweet Baby watermelons, and they're what's considered a personal sized watermelon. It'll feed 4 comfortably, one of these things, or at least the way I grow them, it'll feed 4 comfortably. So I got my hands on it, made some major mistakes, bought them, put them in the garage in the dark, forgot about them, remembered them like almost 10 days later, and got them planted. Kept them heavily watered, because watermelon is just that way. Well, that was my understanding. It turns out that was wrong too. My soil is so abundant that watering was not even required in any way, shape, or form. These plants took off by themselves. Once I stuck it in the soil, what was dead came back to life, tenfold. World record currently stands at 9 inches across and 12 pounds on one of these black watermelons. What I've got out there is bigger. And it's shocking every time I go around the corner and see that sucker sitting there growing. No split, no end rot, no nothing. This thing is just going to town. Christy, good morning, sweetie. And hugs to you, sweetie. Yeah, this and I'm not ready to harvest it yet. I keep looking at the stem, and it still looks healthy. I found out my dog, one of my dogs, y'all know I lost Bo. Well, his sister's right around the corner. I think it's cataracts, but it's total. She sees shadows. That's it. Um, she can't hear anymore. She's still getting around, but it's iffy. Uh, she went down a flight of steps this week. She didn't get hurt. She didn't go down backwards. Didn't land on her back or anything. She was fine, but it's just going to take one mistake. She's 16, 17 years old. She's up there. She's up there. Consider her on borrowed time at this point. And I spoil her rotten every single day. It's just a matter of days. Because she's slowing down too. Extremely slowing down. I'll get through it. I'll get through it. I won't let her suffer. I mean, come on, guys. I'm all about nature and what have you, and I'm not going to let her suffer. Right now, she seems to be holding her own and holding on, and I'm not going to take that away from her. I wish they could live forever. I wish they could outlive us. She's been awesome. And Missy the clown, well, she's Missy. She was a rescue of a rescue. I rescued her from people that tried to rescue her that abused her. And she has been flourishing and thriving ever since. There's a bunch of videos out with her on Facebook. And I think I brought one or two over here. I know I've at least shown her on the barbecue videos, that big white dog. But it's and that's kind of the when Bo dropped on me, I was detailing a car. And I was working on the interior. I was shampooing it, what have you, getting it ready for delivery. Come back in the house and he was passed. He'd eaten really well the night before, had his favorite meal. He had pizza. But his and this was a birth defect. Don't misunderstand. I'm not saying he got hurt. He was born with weak back legs, and his back legs had finally gone too far. At 16 years old, his legs just, the birth defect finally caught up. But we had given him 16 years of a great life, spoiled him rotten, and talk about a great dog. His love was kittens, newborn kittens. He was all over newborn kittens, protecting them. It was funny to watch. Hey, there you go. Congratulations. Yeah, I will probably rescue another one. I'm getting up there in years myself, and I don't want somebody else burdened, but it'll probably be an elderly dog. It's the right thing to do. I'll go to one of the rescues that I know of. We actually take care of one. The company that I work for now, in lawn care, they support a local shelter, and they do all the lawn care for free. So I've had many opportunities to be over there and see some of the elderly dogs that need help. The reasons people drop animals off, just it's truly disturbing. These dogs deserve better. And I do have a mail call video I've got to get out. I may have a couple. I won a contest on a channel and was buried in some really exotic coins. Or at least to me they are. I don't deal in money anymore. Been a lot of years. But yeah, whatever. other videos, other stuff coming out. Yeah, it's just amazing. But yeah, barbecue. If you guys are interested, I'll keep putting out the barbecue videos if you're interested. Because once I get this bigger pit, there's going to be a lot of barbecues, a lot of great recipes are going to be used. I've got a diabetic ribs recipe that is great for diabetics, and that's on pork. It's phenomenal for them. And I have not shared a lot of the recipes or a lot of the prep work that goes into this stuff. But once I get a bigger pit, once I get a gravity fed, there's a few out there right now. Masterbuilt's making one, another company's making one. I think Char Griller's got one in process. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is sort of like my smoker cabinet versus the ones you see in every store today. It's 3 times bigger. It's apples and oranges, totally different animals altogether. And of course, everything's got to do with price. I mean, nobody can afford an $8,000 grill. That's ridiculous amount of money for cooking for friends and neighbors. It's ridiculous. And anybody that would do something like that needs to be shot legitimately. And I'm looking at just a couple of $1,000s. Yeah, and yeah, I know that's a lot of money for a barbecue. I know. But it's kind of like my second love versus soil and versus gardening. Barbecue's just one of them things. You get out there with your dogs. It's 3:00 in the morning. Nobody's around. Everything's peaceful. The birds haven't even woken up. And you're out there prepping meat and getting a fire going. And yeah, wow. And I like the idea of getting to the stage where I don't have to keep monitoring things. I don't have to keep checking up on stuff. I don't have to keep basting and this and that. And, checking the fire every 45 minutes or so just to see if it's still lit. Yeah, I'd like those days to be over. I'm getting older. Yeah, there's something about that flavor, Christy. There's something about, that smoke ring flavor when you get a 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch of smoke, and that redness in pork or in beef, and I've had almost an inch in turkey. Yeah, I know that's 23-pound turkey to get that much. But you're talking a very, very slow, very, very low temperature to let that thing grow that big, and that's a lot of fire management. But the flavor, oh my God, the flavor that comes from true smoked barbecue, you can't match it anywhere. I don't care where you go. They can pour liquid smoke on it all they want. When you taste true true smoked barbecue from inside a cabinet that is seasoned, that's like having smoked bacon. Regular bacon versus smoked bacon at the grocery store. Try the two side by side. There's so much more flavor in smoked bacon. Yeah, and when a barbecue master, a pit master, whatever you want to call it, can put a piece of meat in front of you that would make the entire room silent while they're eating because they've got nothing to say and they just want to enjoy the flavors. Boy, oh boy. Mm. Oh no, pecan. I have been outside when it's 15 degrees and the snow's falling, fighting with the fire to get that thing going. 2:30 in the morning to smoke meat, any kind of meat, nothing specific, doesn't matter. Because I've done deer, rabbit, um, I've had turtle in there. I've had some alligator in there. Bad weather doesn't stop a barbecuer in any ways, shape, or form. The only thing that'll stop a barbecuer is their grill. If the grill can't handle the weather and you're fighting just to get the temperatures to 225 because it is so cold and windy or wet or snowy or most barbecuers just won't even go light the grill. They'll fire up a propane burner and call it a day, and sear the meat as fast as possible and get back in the house because it's cold. Hey Ivan, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, it's you can barbecue anywhere in the world, and you can barbecue pretty much anything. It's the flavor palettes and the flavor profiles that become the issue. I mean, think about it. If you really, really go back, we all started, and we're talking history. We're talking 1700s, 1600s, 1500s. We all started on an open fire. Okay. Gather the wood, heat the house in a hearth. Everything was made of cast iron. You boil what you can. We all started there many, 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 many thousands of years ago. The caveman put a piece of meat over top of a fire, and found that it had this incredible flavor. So, yeah, everybody can barbecue all over the planet. It's just with the advent of seasonings and flavors and spices and I'm sitting in this weird place in the state of Ohio, where we do this conglomeration of flavors. We take them from everywhere. Where Texas barbecue is totally different than Louisiana barbecue, and we just kind of hodgepodge everything together up here. And yeah, we get some great flavors. We get some interesting flavors. Then we get some other ones that are just horrible, and just you wonder why this person's even allowed around a fire. Just ugh, ugh. That's like a whiskey barbecue where they're using a whiskey to season the meat, and the meat completely changes because it picks up that whiskey flavor. Hard flavor, harsh, very, very harsh. I am not a fan. Oh well. Well, I can understand that, Pecan. Ivan, they would never put me on Netflix. I'm sorry, no, I'm not that. Well, I may have the personality, but what does it the ladies say? Go to your corner. Just go to your corner and think about what you said. That's my personality. Because I kind of like to put that embarrassed look on women's faces, and yeah, I need a leash. Yeah, I get a little over the top. And don't let me start drinking. So yeah, I don't see me being hired by Netflix to do barbecuing shows. And we have this flat top griddle that a lot of people love to cook with. They're called Blackstones. And it's like 32 inches by 32 inches or something crazy. It's this big grill. Or it's a fry platter to just fry food on, basically. Hey, Miss Jerry, good morning, dear. And these guys, and I consider it a sin. And Jerry will tell you, I truly do consider it a sin when somebody takes fruits and vegetables that are so good for you raw and they throw it on a grill. I absolutely lose my mind. It just you're ruining a grill as far as I'm concerned. You're starving rabbits, and rabbits are important. Okay, rabbits are we need our but yes, we all need fruits and vegetables. Don't misunderstand, and I'm not knocking that in any way, shape, or form. But when rabbit meat tastes so good when it's freshly fed out of the garden, and when wild grazed cattle tastes so good, I'm still getting my vegetables. I'm just getting it pre-processed. That's all. Yeah, absolutely, Ivan. Yeah, grilled salad. You don't. No, just that's a sin. No, that stuff doesn't belong on a barbecue. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, it does. It does. And if you accidentally drop it, it's a great way to season a grill, though, Grizz. You got to admit, if you want to get that special flavor, really get that special flavor, light some nitro on the grill. Nothing else tastes so chemically. It's awesome. No, no. You look, you don't take a piece of incredible meat and stick a metal or wooden skewer through it and then put a vegetable next to it. That's sacrilege. And then you do not put that on a barbecue and ruin the grates. No. No. That's just wrong. The most liquid thing that I would ever stick on a grill or a barbecue or in an open flame in any way, shape would be an egg. The contents of the egg. That's it. Now I understand people are starting to smoke eggs in their actual shell. That must be an interesting science. And I really but there's an air pocket in there. So I'm thinking that thing's going to possibly steam and potentially explode. That may be an interesting experiment. I don't know. But, that one time I had this microwave oven we were throwing away because it was we were throwing it away. So I put an egg in there, a raw egg, right out of the refrigerator, and turned that thing on 10 minutes. Well, it didn't make it 10 minutes. You can understand the end result. But yeah, no, things don't go on. No, Jerry, just go slap yourself. That's just silly. Or better yet, I'll take the blame for it. Dan, slap her shoulder or slap her upside the head or something for even suggesting that any sort of fruits and vegetables go on a grill in any way, shape, or form. Absolutely not. Good barbecue. What is the meaning of life? Good barbecue and knowing how to cook it so that you're self-sustainable, living off the fruits and vegetables of your own back-breaking work in your yard so that you can sit down peacefully and enjoy your friends. That's the meaning of life. Anything else outside of that is just gravy. Grizz, just stop. Just no. Ugh. Pecan, no. You're missing a boat here, Pecan. Now, Grizz has perfected some recipes with cats, and they have trouble tracking lost cats around his area. But don't misunderstand. There's apparently he's got a cookbook he's working on for doing cats. Wild, of course. Nothing with a collar on or anything. No, don't misunderstand. No, not a family member. But yeah, he loves his Chinese food. He's, that's Mr. Grizz. He's gonna do what he needs to do to get it done. And when you're hungry, well, just saying. Well, there you go. So it just depends. It just depends on where you are. But I'm sure eventually Mr. Grizz will get around to publishing his chef's guide to kitten care. Um, ah, sure you did. Sure you did, Pecan. And the left keeps hitting enter because the way you're sitting. Yeah. Um, anyhow, so I just wanted to come in, say hi, check up on everybody, make sure everybody's all right. 11 in the house, 7 likes. I appreciate it, my friends. I really do. I know some of you haven't been able to comment or just hanging out. Those of you that survived me this long, I appreciate you. You have no idea. I consider you all family. I hate coming on with depressing news like about Arrow, but I have no regrets. Her and her brother have had great lives. But yeah, let me know. You think I should keep going and switch the channel to barbecuing? And if so, I need to get with Grizz and get some seeds because there's some pepper recipes I want to take a look at, and I may get a Blackstone and start doing some other kind of cooks here shortly. Jerry, I only say what needs to be said, and most of the time I only say what other people are thinking, not what I'm thinking. And your last joke, you're in trouble. You opened a can of worms, and that's on you, not on me. That's on you. uh, Yeah, we do need to get together. We got that stuff coming up this month, actually, not very long from now. We need to make an hour or so of some time. Um, Tammy, I think you're right. Um, you know, you've got two. I've got content basically for two channels, but um, most gardeners and yard care people have nothing to do in the winter, and that would be a great time to just do barbecue. Um, yeah, you have been around, Ian, or Ivan. I'm sorry. Yes, you have. Um, I don't see a problem with that. Issue is, I'm not a live person very often anymore. Um, most people don't seem to care for my content. Um, and if they do and they do hang out for this long, um, there's usually like, you know, Jerry will tell you there's just something mentally disturbed about me. Um, and there's some weirdness going on in my head that it would probably take more than a leash to control me. Um, but that's Jerry's judgment. Other people find me just kind of mild. Uh, it is what it is. But my friends, I have stuff I need to do today, um, and I'm still in the air about cooking a brisket. Um, does anybody even care if I go and do one or not? Um, it's $100 investment, give or take, and I'd hate to make a mistake. But I'm going to be up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning anyhow. I could start it and still have a decent video to put out tomorrow night. Because it's an all day thing. Brisket is not it's not a fast cook. Not if you want to enjoy it, because you're taking a piece of meat that would cooked too fast be very very hard, um, and not chewable in any way, shape, or form. Um, oh, I hear you, Tammy. I don't want to. I want to share it. You guys have to understand. Okay, there's a video. I think it's on my other channel. I don't think I brought it over here. Um, and you'll find that on Ron Neitzel, I believe, all lowercase, um, spelling Neitzel. Uh, there's an all day smoke video over there, um, where I had friends over to eat, and we ate these little things called tomahawks. That's kind of what Pecan's referring to when she says we have big meats over here. Um, I have a supplier for tomahawks. Um, they're like 75, $80 a piece. I enjoy feeding people. Those guys didn't pay a dime. They're friends. I take care of my friends. And I spent the money and fired up all the grills and turned out an incredible barbecue. Tried some sweet jalapeno sauce that was to die for. Bought a case of it. Uh, so there's a lot more I can do. There's a lot of other videos that I would need a Blackstone to cook with some of this stuff and really show you guys some incredible stuff. Um, hey Ralph, what's going on? Miss JCT, I thought I saw you sneak in there. Um, Barbecue and grilling, and people have this misunderstanding that you can only get great barbecue from a really expensive grill. And I'm here to tell you That's false. Your best barbecuers, the best barbecuers in the world, started on the cheapest junk out there. And when they found that they had a talent for it, and they started trying new things here and there, their abilities flourished. Getting into barbecue, absolutely, Alberto, absolutely. Hey, Sean, what's going on? When you get into barbecuing, and I don't, you look, you could go get a $5 metal bucket, and you could turn out some incredible barbecue in that little bucket on an open flame. It's phenomenal what's possible. Really phenomenal. It just takes a good eye, being able to smell what's coming out, knowing when things are going to be burning, okay? Because the smell starts to get to that point, and stopping the cook. And that's both fire management and knowing how to cook. But don't misunderstand. There are some barbecuers out there that can't cook on a stove because they're low and slow guys. They're fire management guys. And getting the flavors that are possible. Sean, it's not hard. It's not hard. It's a little bit of repetition, and it's getting the cheapest. Let's go here, okay? And JCT is heading in the right direction, okay? You get the cheapest piece of meat that you can find, okay? And there's some like chuck roasts that are just terrible and what have you, and you stick that in a bucket, or you stick that in cast iron, and you cook it as slow as you possibly can, not on direct heat, just off to the side where it picks up a little bit of that heat in the pan. And you just slowly turn that pan over time, hour after hour, and you're going to come out with some incredible meat. Cooking low and slow. And what was bad actually turns into something really, really good. Now, when you start going into wild game and you start, okay, there's other flavors there you have to contend with, and that's a completely different cooking style. But when you get it right and you really take your time, and look, I'm talking about sitting down to a case of beer or two or a keg and making sure the fire just stays lit, because you don't want a blaze, you don't want a bonfire, you just want this little bit of nothingness going on. And just off to one side, just a little bit out of the way, you have this stuff sitting there over a little bit of heat. And when you start adding some flavors, start with something simple: black pepper and salt, something simple. And what you're going to find is black pepper gets a little more bitter on an open flame than versus sitting in a pan somewhere. And salt actually burns off and will crust, so you don't have the salt flavor. There's some really fun stuff that goes on in barbecue. And then, of course, if you add honey, oh my God. And then you go garlics and peppers and no, I'm not saying you put salad on a barbecue. That's sacrilege. Don't do it. There's some incredible stuff that we can do in barbecue. And I've had some downright bad pieces of meat melt in my mouth. I'm good at it. Okay. I'm not great. Now, some of the people that have come over and have enjoyed some of my cooking, they may argue that point. I'm good at it. I'm not great. I'm good. And there's a whole different category. When you talk about the professional barbecuers that are out there doing the circuits, they get one bite to win the contest, and they have to hit every mark in that one bite. That's not barbecuing. Backyard barbecuing is something totally different than competition barbecuing. And I'm talking about backyard barbecue, where you get the most out of nothing. What was the I think it was on Jeopardy last night, where the guy it's Grizz knows how to do this. It's stone soup. And you get some friends together, and you can cook that stone and just get some phenomenal flavors. It's just good old fashioned family fun, friends gathered stone soup. You put stone in water, and what you get back out of that water and the flavor will blow your mind. Go look it up. And I'm going to get out of here because I've got some work to do. There's some yard work I've ignored, and I've still got to get my garlic bed together. My garlic's ready, but I got to get the bed together. And I found some new sunflowers. Most sunflowers everyone is used to and everyone has seen has one big flower on it. This giant one flower. I stumbled yesterday, as a matter of fact, I stumbled across a sunflower that's got 30 different flowers on one plant. Now, if I can get it to reproduce, I will give away the seeds if you guys are interested. Always got to comment. Always got to leave a like and let me know what's going on. Well, hey, Phil, I've got some other videos on sunflowers here. Just some of my live streams where I just talk a little bit, and it's just like right here. So listen to my live streams. Sunflowers actually detoxify the soil. What is bad in the soil can be removed by growing sunflowers. You don't have to labor. You don't have to nothing. You grow some sunflowers, and it will clean the soil of a lot of toxic chemicals, and it will actually nullify. Yeah, I said it. It will actually cancel out the bad chemicals. It'll absorb them and cancel them in the sunflower. Sunflower is a good one to have if you've got a garden that's in question and you think there might be a chemical issue, or somebody threw something away that shouldn't have been thrown away that ended up in the garden somehow. Sunflowers will save a garden. Anyhow, I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, I got work to do. I should have done it hours ago. It's what? Wow, 10:30 in the morning. I am really falling behind because I only get 2 days off. So, yeah. Let's have a mega tomorrow and a mega future. We'll leave it at that. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you coming in. You know who you are. I consider you all family. Y'all have a great day. We'll catch you in the next one because I'll do this again. Look for me next Saturday, my friends. We'll see you later.